Hi everyone! I have not done a big paint in a while, so I was a little nervous here. But for the holidays, I always see these photos floating around the internet of people wrapping themselves, with paint, obviously. And I wanted to try kind of like my hand in it this year, since I see it every year. So I started with a green base. Now I see a lot of people and just a lot of versions of this online done with red, and they use like red wrapping paper. But I kind of wanted it to be a little bit different, so I decided to go with green. Not that that's too original, but after I did that base layer of green, I went in with Q-tips and I used all, and I do mean all of the rest of my Q-tips that I owned to just kind of like hollow out and take away paint. That where I'm gonna put little candy canes in for the pattern of this wrapping paper. I also left a little window around my face, kind of like around the eyes and nose area. This wasn't perfect by any means, but I'm gonna make the illusion of paper being pretty much ripped open. To do this, add white all around the opening, and it doesn't need to be clean or even. Add some spots that are thicker than others too. I filled in the candy canes with white off camera because it took a lot of layers and just a lot of time, but I then went back to add the stripes on the canes with red. I didn't do them perfect and the lines aren't smooth, they're actually kind of jaggeded, but you can't really see them. Now, just a little backstory of the idea for this paint. I was doing this look as an entry for a contest where the theme was haunted holidays, so I made this look as if I had died for being wrapped up for way too long. In that window that we made, I'm gonna make a skull, starting with the eyes and then sketching out where I want the hollows of my cheeks to pretty much lie. Once all that got figured out, I filled in the skull and blacked out those cheeks. Now I also added black to the edges to give a little bit of depth, as we all know I love. I added white to blend it out a little bit too, and created nose cutouts. I left the bottom of them not fully colored though, because we're gonna blend later. One thing I might love a lot more than creating depth and detail is shading. Every paint I do, I spend way too much time shading. But I wanted to add the effect of the eye socket kind of like sitting back a little bit. And in order to do so, I added white to the bottom and blended that up and out throughout the black. And add small black line details throughout the face to add wear and tear to the skull. Now you can blend out the bottoms of the nose. With black eyeshadow, create shading around some areas of the ripped paper to make that 3D effect. Now this is kind of difficult for me to explain, where black and white butt up next to each other to create a harsh separation line. You want to go back and shade that area as well and just kind of blend it out, because you want to give the idea that the skull isn't a flat object. There's not going to be separation lines like that. It has shape to it, it's a circle, so anywhere that's really dark is going to creep into those areas that are really light. Very last step, what is a skull without teeth? I found that the lazier you do these, because I absolutely hate painting teeth, the better they come out. So I just took a brush and made like single strokes for each tooth. Now I hope you all had an absolute wonderful holiday, and I thank you guys so much for sitting through my videos and just being here with me. Let me know in the comments what it is that you guys got for Christmas, and or what your favorite thing was that you got, and I will see you guys soon.